Hello, everyone. This is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ. And our biblical tip of the day comes from Joshua chapter 21, verses 43 to 45. And it goes like this. And so the Lord gave Israel the entire land he had sworn to their ancestors he would give them. Once they had taken possession of it and dwelt in it, the Lord gave them peace on every side, just as he had promised their ancestors. Not one of their enemies could withstand them. The Lord gave all their enemies into their power. Not a single word of the blessing that the Lord had promised to the house of Israel failed. It all came true. So our biblical tip of the day is promise. Right now in America, if you're watching this in July, we just experienced our Independence Day. And the play Hamilton is very popular out there right now as well. And that was the promise of our forefathers who really fought to give our country freedoms and everything else. Well, when we look at our world today, it's like, where did all that go? And, if you look at history and things like that, it seemed like our forefathers, right in the beginning, many of them, because of acts that they could be blackmailed for or whatever, kind of influenced the direction on where the country's going. So again, our ego or our human needs or whatever gets in the way of the divine plan, so to speak. So not only does God have a divine plan for our life, in our families' lives, in our community, and, in our world and our country, if our personalities or our ego or our ethics or whatever get in the way of all that, the promises and the plans feels like, they're not going to come true. And in the Bible, we see evidence of that. The people kept falling backwards and, and going through so many different things because they weren't ready. They weren't ready for the promise of God. And right now, I feel like our country is ready for the promise that our forefathers took all that action to formulate and everything else. People are really stepping up and getting educated and learning, and hopefully they're going into their hearts, because that is where we're going to be able to succeed with the promise of not only our forefathers but of God. So we got to keep looking at ourselves and our actions and why we're taking actions and where is that coming from and so on and so forth. And, if we can really come from a heart place, from a heart-centered place of being where the truth of God lives within us, where all his messages and direction, if we can actually tap into that unfiltered, we definitely will see the promise of our country and everything that, God has promised for our individual lives and our families and so on and so forth. So our tip of the day is all about promises and connecting to your heart so we can finally hear the truth and walk in the steps of where God is directing us. So this is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ. So God bless, and know that the promises are being fulfilled if we look at the truth of who we are. So, and start acting from that truth. So God bless. Have a good day.